Warning, you are about to enter the BGP suite. No thongs, no boy shorts, no thigh highs, no commandos are permissible. BGP, big girl panties only. So pull up to woman up. And no, please don't leave with your panties in a bunch.
It's a beautiful day in Southern California. The current temperature is 70 degrees, and we plan on making it even hotter. I am Ms.Lishey, along with Neisha Williams and Adrianne Greene. We are BGP, a.k.a. Big Girl Panties. Welcome. So today we're going to talk about that other scandal, Olivia Dope. For those of you who may not know who Olivia Dope is, she is a young lady who joined the Joe Budden podcast network as a host on See the Thing Is podcast. Just in case you don't know who Joe Budden is, his bio includes rapper, media personality, and he also was on Love and Hip Hop. He has had several successful podcasts, and he recently started his own podcast. So See the Thing Is was under, or still is under, his umbrella. So, little background, Olivia Dope was on a podcast. It was episode 16 with her two other co-hosts, and all hell broke loose. How I found out about the story, Miss Neisha Williams sent me a text message, and it said why I quit the Joe Budden podcast. See, we knew about the See the Thing Is podcast because when we were creating BGP, we were, searching the YouTube network to see if there was somebody that had a broadcast that was going to be similar to ours. Mm-hmm. And when I saw the statement from Olivia Dope, which was actually on her Instagram, which has actually now been removed, I looked at it and it was like 20 minutes long, so I tried to listen to a little bit, but I wanted to go back to YouTube and catch that episode because, sometimes on YouTube, things disappear. Mm-hmm. 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 So, here's the thing. When you see something, your mind is kind of pre-programmed to what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. So once I found out it was a sexual harassment allegation, when I got to episode 16, I was looking for the sexual harassment. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to put a twist on this sexual harassment today. So I'm just going to ask a brief question before I start my shenanigans. Ladies, what you saw on episode 16, according to sexual harassment rules and regulations or the bylaws, could that be considered sexual harassment on the job?
I believe so. I do. Only because in where I work currently, we have a training that we are mandatory to take every year. So you pick up on those little things because they have these little crazy little scenarios that they put out there. And definitely it falls under that. I know when I finally seen it.
Don't say. To answer your question, for me, I think it was a combo of two: sexual harassment and just plain old harassment.
Okay. And for me, like Adrianne said, because we are in corporate America, mm-hmm. when you get hired for that job, you get that little work packet, and you will watch a video on sexual harassment. Mm-hmm. But because of what happened in 2017, which was the Me Too era, they really amped up what could be defined as sexual harassment. Yeah. Sexual harassment could be if you two got into an altercation and I didn't like it, I can go file for sexual harassment. So the Me Too era created a very dangerous environment that is targeting men, and it's kind of touchy. So, like I said, when I rushed over there to YouTube and I'm trying to find a video, this is a case for me. This is a case of personal issues, business and money, movements, and I saw what I'm about to explain right now, marketing. When I got to episode 16 and I saw Joe Budden sitting there, I'm like, oh, hell, what the hell is going on? How awesome would it be for us three ladies to start a brand new podcast, and our boss is our special guest, who is a influencer of hundreds of thousands of people. I saw him investing in his brand. He, like I say, is very influential. He has a large audience himself.
Right.
I saw him coming there to move the needle, bring some of those people to his female podcast. And if they can get an audience, they're going to get some money. And guess what? He gets some money too. And his brand is successful, and other people might want to come under his umbrella.
Right.
It threw me all the way off. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like, oh shit, right? So then they went back and forth, and we're going to go down the timeline, but I'm trying to just give you a little summary of what I said. So, you know, my mind is like a Rubik's Cube, and now it's this little square, and then I seen Joe Budden, and it was like,
turn.
So then I heard a little bit of here and there. So I did hear him shamelessly flirting. Would you agree he was shamelessly flirting?
At times, he was flirting at times.
Okay. So I heard him shamelessly flirting. I heard him say something like he thought that they were going to be a power couple. And she said, no, Joseph, we're not. But I'm still trying to hurry up and rush, you know, to get to the sexual harassment part. And then I heard some dialogue, and we're going to go down her timeline and we're going to talk about it. But the first thing, like I said in another of our broadcasts, you get 3 strikes with me. You get 3 passes. When I heard Joe Budden say, bitch, hit the button, I went all the way back to UNITY. Who you calling a bitch?
Exactly.
And when you looked at that young lady, she looked a little uncomfortable. Everybody was laughing, but her co-host,
They was trying to jump.
she chuckled a little bit. Her co-host kind of had her back because that loud one, I think her name is Mandy.
I think so.
She was like, hold up, wait a minute.
You can't call her that.
Call her that. We can call each other that, but a man can't do it. Okay, so I'm like, strike one.
There you go.
That was strike one?
That was strike one for me. Like I said, I heard a little bantering back and forth, a little flirting.
It seemed innocent. Yeah.
And then strike two, we're going to go down the timeline.
Okay.
And then I heard something else. But in my mind, for me, he had 2 strikes. And then towards the end, when he asked for the hug, that would have been a hell no for me. So let's go down the timeline.
Okay.
Do you have something to say?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm going to say strike one. Strike one was when he said, I'm trying to fuck you. And I think...
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Let's go down the timeline.
Yeah, because that was before bitch.
Yeah.
Right, let's go down the timeline.
Okay.
Because the version that they put out was edited. Then when you got to her statement, she time-stamped things, and
Smart.
she said, this was edited, this wasn't.
Yep.
That's why we about to go down
Yes.
the timeline. Now, like I said, what he did right there could be considered sexual harassment.
That is correct.
On the workplace. I also feel another type of way. But she started off and she was saying the reason why she did it, and it took her 3 months, and she had to explain some things to her daughter, and she would feel like a hypocrite if she didn't
Speak up.
So she came out and spoke up, But this is something that caught my eye. She said, let others know this probably wouldn't be the best situation for you to enter into working with this person. Mm-hmm. I felt that was leading. I felt that she was trying to lead the audience into the direction that she wanted it to go into before she even said what actually happened. I thought she was trying to be an influencer of what direction that this was going to go in. Even if you had a shadow of a doubt that you really didn't see nothing wrong, she said right there was trying to persuade people to go in that direction. I didn't like that part. What do y'all think?
For me, when she was saying that part, my focus was on her saying it took her some time to come forward. Mm-hmm. She also has a daughter, and eventually down the line, that daughter is going to be old enough to see that video and be like, you told me, Mom, that nobody's supposed to talk to me this way or treat me this way, yet here you are, sitting here, taking this kind of behavior from someone. So her saying that didn't bother me. I'm just like, okay, all right. Like, and again, without giving too much information, before she even came out, before this even happened, I saw that episode when it happened, because when it happened and then the next episode she wasn't there, I said, I saw that coming. Yeah. Like, I saw that. I was like, most typical black women in the corporate world like that who aren't aggressive, we don't take that. We're just like, man, fuck that. This is not for me. I'll just leave. Like, I'm not cut out for this. Because the other two girls, I know we don't like to talk about alphas. They alphas.
Okay, just give, because we gonna break this shit all the way down. Yeah. Like I said, it's a Rubik's Cube for me.
Okay.
I knew something was wrong because while I was doing this, I kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because like I say, my mind was thinking about the sexual assault part. So I had blocked everything else out. But as I kept going back and forth, it did not, it was some trickeration going on for me. Okay. So what did you think about that statement?
I think if I were to get in her head, I think we have a world that's very judgmental. And I think her fear, why she needed to wait, not was just because of the daughter thing, but you're thinking, in her head, she's playing back, now, did I do anything to warrant this? Did I mislead anything? Are people going to think I'm just being overreacted? Am I overreacting? It's a whole lot of things, I think, that went through her head at that point. Because people are so judgmental. Damn, that's a podcast. That's what they do. That's how they talk. Fuck that.
Especially in the black community.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So we are very quick to judge. So she probably took a long time to even think and probably got with some other people and said, hey, it was this, am I tripping or whatever? So
hold that thought because we're going to talk about other people's influence too. So make sure I get to that point.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to move right along.
Yeah, go ahead. Right ahead.
So then she said this was the final straw. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of side-eyeing that because it was like final straw means something occurred. Am I reaching?
No.
Okay. Something occurred before that, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Then she said something was edited. Mm-hmm. Which she said, you and I should speak more because I've been wanting to fuck you since we met. Mm-hmm. That was strike 2 for my ass, right?
That was strike 1.
Well, I didn't know where it came in at because it had been cut out.
It came before the bitch.
Like I said, I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
So, okay, I heard bitch. That was strike 1 for me. Mm-hmm. That one right there was strike 2 for me. Mm-hmm. He said we have the least dialogue. Mm-hmm. He suggested wanting to have sex with her again. And she said she closed her eyes and he said, never mind. Mm-hmm. Okay. Even right there for me, He was shamelessly flirting. And if anybody knows anything about Joe Budden is very sarcastic. Joe Budden has a big ego. Joe Budden says what the hell he wants to say. He has no tact. He's very blunt. So for me, and I know women have different personalities, I would be like, he's an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about verbal boundaries. And learning a man's verbal language. Because what I've discovered is men from the West Coast, their approach and how they shoot their shot, they come at you different from the men on the East Coast.
Absolutely.
And the men from down South.
Absolutely.
And the men from the Midwest. So if you learn a man's verbal language, you may not react as emotional as you would if you don't. And it takes time to learn a man's verbal language. And it took me to kind of to the baby. And it's a song, it's a lyric in Masterpiece where he says he bought her a new purse. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't know the shit. He bought her a new purse, but it stuck out of my mind. He bought her a new purse. The first thing he did was put the gun in it. And he said, now you my bitch. And she didn't get upset because he talked different. So that's why I'm saying, yes, men talk different and learning a person's verbal language, because here's the thing that I want to talk about as far as corporate is concerned. Somebody right now is fired. Somebody right now lost their job because they didn't like their boss's verbal language. I'm going somewhere. Okay. And sometimes we have to sit back and be like, is he just addressing me in this manner? Or is he just a fool that talks to everybody like that? And once you figure that out, you could be like, psh, whatever, and keep it moving.
Right.
Okay. That's what I have to say about that. When he said we were going to be a network power couple, that didn't really hurt me. Because she answered him. She was like, no, we're not, Joseph. And then he said something like, she was throwing her singleness in his face. That didn't really do nothing for me. Did that do something for you?
It didn't, but the way he said it, I can see how she can be offended.
Okay. Okay.
Because she wasn't flirting.
No,
she was just sitting there.
Not at all.
He said she never reached out privately or personally. Why do you think she included that part?
Because, I mean, I don't know if it's expressed right then and there, but I'm going to go back to that actual episode. When he said that, he also kind of let the cat out the bag in that situation. And that's why it bothered her. Because it was kind of like it became known that although her and the other two ladies have a group chat that was supposed to just be the three of them, the other lady was secretly sending the chats to Joe. So while one of the ladies was trying to encourage her, you should call Joe, you should talk to Joe, and she wasn't, because she just felt like, they just did, business is business, personal is personal.
Right.
That girl was literally sending that shit back to Joe. So when he said that, that's why she was like, huh. It was kind of like he let a cat out that wasn't even supposed to come out. Like,
right.
This bitch sitting there. Okay. But go ahead.
Okay. So he said, we should speak more. We have the least dialogue. I don't know your triggers. I don't know what makes you feel or not feel. By default, I am made of stone. Why do you think he said that?
I can't speak for Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know why he said it.
Well,
I guess he wants to know what sets her off. I don't know. But most bosses don't ask their employees, because since they are his employees, what's your trigger, Mona? Just so I'm prepared in case I say something. What's your trigger?
Okay, and you're absolutely correct. But I'm going to keep on talking because, see, this is the part that I couldn't let go. This is the part that is not being spoken of. I think he said it because he is Joe Budden. he gave Miss Neisha Williams the opportunity to come on his broadcast. He is trying to make this broadcast be successful. So he is trying to create intimacy between his co-host and himself because he is invested in this podcast. I saw that. Like I say, I saw personal, I saw business,
Right.
and I'm giving him the benefit of the
Yeah.
doubt. What that mean? Oh. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt right now. She said, did you have something to say about that?
No, go ahead.
Okay. She said, I like people not knowing. And then the lady said that's a defense mechanism. And she agreed it was a defense mechanism. Okay. Then she said, as a black woman, I observe and watch. Joe said, our defense mechanisms are working against one another, and it shouldn't be that way because we are on the same team. So I felt that. I felt, even though he was, like, again, he was shamelessly flirting with her.
Yeah.
He was shamelessly flirting with her. I understood that. He also said the normal instincts that you have working as a black woman shouldn't exist when you're working with a black man. It should be placed to the side just a little bit. I agree with that. What do you think about that?
That they should be put aside a little bit?
Like, what I think he was saying that, you know, when you're out in the corporate world, you don't really get to be intimate, like Neisha said, with your bosses or whatever.
Right.
But he is trying to make, this is his baby.
Yeah.
He's trying to make everybody feel as comfortable as possible. So reach out to me.
Yeah.
You know, I've done this before.
Yeah. It's a little bit different setting than your normal corporate world. I get that.
I agree.
Why wouldn't she want to get to know her boss?
Right, exactly.
You know, he might have some things that he can teach her, you know, to take her to the next level. Because here's the thing. Inside of that, did you feel that he was kind of, although he was flirting with her, giving her Beyonce moment? Like, if you gonna come see the thing is, check for Neisha. She the sexy one. She's the hot one.
Right. Gotcha.
Did you see that?
I did, because the other friends got offended.
Because they got offended, right?
Yeah,
They got
we dressed
offended.
in this.
And he was like, she's sexy, you know.
She the sexy one.
She the sexy one. And because they kind of commented when they said, oh, well, it's Martin Luther King's holiday, and we rocking black on
camo and
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he said, well, she's like, what did he say? Fresh and new and
Yeah,
young.
yeah.
And they was like, she's been in the game for 10 years. You know, and
Yes. Yeah.
So he was like, so you trying to say she vintage, I'm trying to say she fresh, and you trying to say she's vintage. So it was a little hate there. And then she also said that it was some hate there. You know, they weren't taking her suggestions and things of that nature. Okay, so now we're going to go to where she said it was edited.
We are out of time, and we're going to have to come back with part 2.
Oh, my God.
Thank you for watching BGP. And to be continued, we are out.
Yeah, we will do part 2 because we're not done.
We ain't done. We just getting started.